What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome to my Parks of Premier League here with Billericay Town FC. So we've ended up our second season in the Barclays Premier League and we're just going to jump straight into the league and show you where we finished. So last year we finished 12th, a very respectable mid-table finish. This year sadly we could not build on that. We ended up finishing 14th, just below Everton and just above the likes of Newcastle and Tottenham. So quite a few big names around us, you know, Stoke, Everton, Newcastle, Tottenham. But still, hugely disappointed, massively disappointed with the team. I believe with the squad we have and had at that point as well, we really should have done a lot better. And what did we actually finish on? We finished on 41 points. Sorry about that, I can't sometimes see the line. So yeah, 41 points, 11 wins, 8 draws, 19 defeats, 46 goals scored, 60 conceded. Realistically, I wanted top 10. And that we missed out on 5 points on a top 10 finish. Like I say, top 10 to me is 10th and above. Swansea, top 10. So, really disappointed that we didn't get it. And you'll see in the run of fixtures, it's completely down to our last 9 games of the season, which completely annoyed me because we'd done so well up to the point. So here are our past positions. I've already been looking at it. You see, good start to the season, or good first 9 games, really. Nothing out of the ordinary for a team of what I believe our level anyway. But then we just constantly went down and down, you know, slowly fading and finishing 14th. You know, if the season was a bit longer, we might have been really in trouble of getting relegated. So, I will show you the fixtures in a second, and if we do not improve our form from the end of the season, we will be struggling with relegation next season. So, of course, I'm going to build on the squad. Hopefully get myself some new players in, better quality, and you know, just try and overall improve the squad. Maybe if that means, you know, we develop the youth, we develop the youth. If that means that we sign new players and sign experienced players, we'll do that. I mean, we just do what we can. So yeah, we're going to go into the fixtures. So last time I saw you was the Ipswich game where we lost 3-0, and look at that run of form. 1 win in 11 games, yeah, including the cup. So we'll go into the cup first, actually. We'll look at this. So FA Cup 6th round, we drew 1-1 with Coventry at home. 89th minute goal was a real kick in the teeth to concede. We were the better team on the day. We did deserve to go through. So not to, of course, really did frustrate me. But in the second leg, we were completely outplayed by Coventry. Despite the fact we had more shots and only had a little bit less possession, I never felt comfortable in the game. It was like every time Coventry went to attack, I felt they were going to score, and it shows by their shots on target to goal ratio. I mean, 5 shots, 4 goals on target, I shouldn't say. Anyway, 5 shots on target. LeConte was just being an absolute beast for us. Those who can remember that from our Ice of Fame this year, which sadly stopped. I haven't actually mentioned that, but I sadly stopped. I didn't want to do that anymore. It was just a save that wasn't attracting me, so I didn't want to do it. We had him at Plymouth, and you know, he weren't great, he weren't anything amazing, but he's been tearing it up for Coventry in the Championship, and he really put us in our place here, the 33-year-old. So massively disappointed not to get through the next round of the Cup. What disappointed me even more was City, Liverpool, and Leicester ended up going to Wembley in the semi-final. Okay, Coventry got drawn with Leicester, but I believe 2 out of the all 3 teams there are beatable. In the Cup, all 3 teams are beatable. We've proved it against City earlier in the season. You know, we can get a result against them. So if we could have held out for a draw, you know, go to penalties, anything could have happened. So hugely disappointed that we didn't win it. We didn't get at least the next round of the Cup, let alone win it. And the end, City did walk away with the title. Disappointed with the Cup results there. Anyway, back to the league. So yeah, we lost 1-0 to Stoke to start off our update. Disappointed here, you know, just didn't play well enough, didn't play good enough. One guy out of the whole team really shining out. Losing 1-0 just is never a good defeat to take. Next game after that in the league, we lost 2-1 to Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea were a good team. Really, we were dominated. Again, I'm disappointed we only lost by 1 goal. We could have, you know, held out maybe. I know that's a lot to ask, considering we scored in the 45th minute. You know, we still have 45 minutes left to play. But we have the capability defensively, I believe, to hold out a team like Chelsea. So I was disappointed there. Of course, in the Cup game. After that, we picked up our first point in a long time, as you see, as we drew to Bolton 0-0. Disappointing game yet again. I would have liked to have beaten Bolton. I think that we have the capabilities to overpower them. So maybe it's a tactic. Maybe it's a tactic I'm using that may have to be maybe tweaked, rethought about. I'm not sure. Anyway, after that Bolton game, we lost 1-0 to Southampton. Again, disappointed. We just got dominated, wiped off the field of play. You know, we didn't turn up. Simple as that. Again, losing 1-0 in our centre-back game out of the match, I don't know whether that says about the player, the team. I don't know what that says about, our squad. But overall, attackingly, we didn't offer enough. That's why we lost the game. Our first and only win, of this update was a 2-0 win against Swansea with Demianenko yet again getting a double. I mean, he's done it before. We got dominated, we didn't perform well, but we got 2 goals and we won the game. Very fortunate with the win, very fortunate with the points, really. And at this point in the season, I don't think we would have got relegated. I believe the teams below us, weren't performing up to the standard to catch us. But still, it put us in a risky position where I ended up having to look behind me rather than in front of me, which is, of course, what you want to be doing. No matter what stage in the season, you always want to be going, I want to aim for this and this and this, not going, I need X amount of points to avoid relegation. As Demianenko's 2 goals have just been shown there. Sorry about that interruption there. Last 4 games of the season, losing 4 on the bounce, quite embarrassingly as well. We just didn't perform in any of them, and the last game of the season, of course, was one I will want to forget as quickly as we can in the Premier League, but we'll go on to them anyway. So we lost 2-0 to Newcastle at St James's Park. One guy, Jean Kreiser, just dominating us, 31-year-old striker from Austria, proving his difference there. And again, we just didn't look the same level as Newcastle. Then we then lost to West Ham, 3-1. Again, dominated, didn't look like we deserved to be in the Premier League. Hull, 2-1 to Hull this time. Once again, dominated, we had no answer to them, and then Arsenal just come along and, we'd been playing poor for the last 4 games, and a team come along that was able to actually finish more chances than not. 4 goals for Jose or Jose. I want to say Jose because he's English, but I'm not sure. You can correct me on that if you want to. But yeah, Jose Stewart, 4 goals, an amazing striker, absolutely mind-blowing striker in comparison to, Jefferson that we were playing in that game. But still, really, really disappointed. 4 games. Like I say, them 4 games, we probably didn't deserve to be in the Premier League after them. We currently have a lot of friendly plans. I think that shows you how big of the season we're going for next year. I really want to get myself prepared, get the team prepared, and make sure we can go out next season and just perform much better than we did, because according to these last 4 games, we deserve to get relegated. We weren't playing well enough. I mean, we lost to Hull. Hull made us look average. Hull made us look like a Championship team, League One team even, and we're higher than them in the Premier League. And same with Newcastle. Disappointing. Like I said, big pre-season this year. Hopefully, the squad can turn itself around. Someone did point out Pugway is, a very, very small keeper. I just want to bring up the point. I don't really mind his height. I mean, okay, he's jumping and things like that aren't as good either to try and make up for the height. But I believe he's good. I mean, he's got good command of area. He's got good communication. So hopefully, the defenders can do a lot of area battlings for him. But overall, I believe his qualities should outshine his flaw of a small keeper. Because there are small keepers out there, and he could be one of the next best keepers in the world. I mean, look at that, 8 clean sheets for a team that didn't do too well this season. 6.81 average match rating. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at our squad now. So what we'll do is we'll clear the whole team and we'll pick the players that played the most. So he's not in our team, but there you go, Isaac Acer, Bruno, Williams, Demianenko, Mpagwe, Lascelles, whatever his name is, Jimenez, Romero, McMello would be on the bench normally, Alex Nelson, Nicola Cressinger, yes, Nicola Cressinger, our first choice right back there, and Adrian. So look at that starting 11. We have a very, very good team in our hands. Or most of them have potential, to be bigger and better things. I highlighted the wrong person there, but bigger and better things. The reserves. I think the backup, isn't great, but again, it's got a big future ahead of it. I believe. The likes of Christian Rodriguez, Jefferson, Mpagwe, Julius Cesar, Brian Donald, Francisco Xavier, Ishmael. If he wants to stay, of course, as a backup keeper, he's not really going to play too much. We have a lot of youngsters with really, really good potential, and if they can all develop to that potential, and we can keep a hold, of course, as these experienced players, that are very good now. Bill McDonald's come back. I'm considering playing him next year, although I haven't yet decided. If all this team develop, we've got a great squad in our hands. So hopefully next year will be a better season than this year. Because if I'd have finished 11th, I'd have been happy with that, because I would have said, alright, we built on last season, but we just let ourselves down. Anyway, going to the player stats. So, Demyanenko, of course, top goal scorer for us. 22 goals in 34 appearances in all competitions. In the league alone, he got 18? 18, yep. So, you know, good goal scoring record for him. Walter Diaz scored 18 goals when he was in the Belgian Pro League, so hopefully he can come back to us and perform well next season. He'll be the backup striker and left attacking mid, you know, offering options in 2 areas. Where else? Asura got, 7. The Skeller's got 5. So really, we only had 1 out-and-out goal scorer, and that was Demyanenko. So when he was injured, of course, we're gonna miss him hugely. And that's, I like one player, of course, to score loads and loads of goals for us. It's great to have, but we also need other players scoring loads and loads of goals for us. So really, I would have liked maybe Yanis Lucas to get more goals. No, I'm asking a lot for a guy that's made 16 substitute appearances, but still, your minutes add up, and you've just not scored enough goals, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Goals per minute there, 0.41. I mean, will Brister have the highest goal scoring record than him with his 1 in 4? You know, I sent a mid again. Okay, admittedly, you know, he's one of the highest there in terms of goals per minute, but I'd expect more out of him. I don't know, that maybe I'm just being picky on him. Assists, Sir Craig Williams, top 2 for us, 10 and 8 assists. And then, of course, a couple of other pitching in every now and again. But again, ideally, I would like one guy to really shine out and get the assist. Hildebrand did it for us in the championship, so we're looking for that guy yet again. Clean sheets are only going to be 1. Although we use 2 keepers this year, there's only 1 currently at the club. And then the average match rating. So, Samsonov didn't really play, but then Leskeles did, Bruno, Alex. You know, a lot of players there over 7. In terms of transfers next year, I can talk about a couple now. Adrian, he was 2 games off, of reaching his, new contract extension, and I decided I didn't want him. I didn't want to spend 33k a week on another year for this guy's contract. So I decided I wouldn't play him to his 15 games, and he wouldn't feature in the squad yet again this season. So that's for him, and the same applies for Romero. You know, great right back, but I don't want to be paying, 46.5k a week for someone of his age, so he stopped playing after reaching 12 games. So overall, I think the squad for next season has the capabilities of looking good, but we just need to improve on certain areas. Player of the season, I'd probably give it to Jamal Leskeles. An amazing player for us this year, very good average match rating, got a lot of goals for a centre-back as well from the set pieces. Played very well, as you saw, he got 9 ratings in games that we lost 1-0 in, so clearly he's a good player, just the team around him aren't good enough. Mick Mellor is slowly fading out of the squad, 25 appearances, it's his 2nd lowest now since his, first season breaking into the side. So, I believe his career is pretty much over with Billericay. It's sad to see, because he is an absolute club legend, he is the club's highest ever appearance player, I don't know. Yeah, highest ever appearance player? That doesn't really sound right. He's on 10k a week, Doesn't seem a lot, but considering what he has been on in the past, that's amazing. Tactic-wise, is the tactic still 4-3-3? We've gone to control. We are going to shake it up next season. We are going to go control, more aggressive tackling, press more closing down, and man marking. We no longer play the Stoke shout. It's still there as an option, against the bigger teams, but I do not like to play the Stoke shouts anymore, closing down more, get stuck in, whatever them shouts are actually called, get stuck in, and hustle opponent. Because I believe this squad is now strong enough to say, we are one of the top teams in the Premier League. We should be dominating games, and we should come away with all points. So, what should we look at? We look at finances. Finances, we're doing okay currently. 8 million in the bank. I'd look to try and make some money in the summer, but ideally, again, I would want to spend some, try and bring some players in. We have already pre-signed a few players, so you'll be seeing them, and one will not come until 2029, so we'll look at him now. Calician Carlos, 16 years of age, coming from Atletico Paranam, whatever, I can't actually read that, sorry. My eyesight needs to be better to read behind the red background and the black writing. But he looks very promising. Played a bit for their first team in the under-20s. I mean, mentally he's losing, he's not got many stats to offer there, but I believe, again, technically like our Christian Rodriguez, very nice player to have. Physically as well, he's got a few stats there. So he's only 16, hopefully he can develop. He is getting first team football as well, so that will help benefit towards his development. So that'll be coming in 2029, so another year away now. These two are coming in at the start of the season, so you'll see them next episode. We'll go to awards just to wrap this up then. So we didn't actually win any Player of the Month. Golden Glove went to Jim Lawless, an amazing keeper for Manchester United. Looking at all the experienced players now, probably going to end up retiring soon, so hopefully we can capitalise when the old experienced players now are retiring. Those that have been there for a few years slowly leave the club. Golden Month, we actually got Golden Month for that, so did he end up getting goal of the season? No, he didn't. Apparently his goal was not good enough. Manager of the Month, of course, we're not going to get anywhere near that. We didn't have a consistent enough month in us at all. Manager of the season went to Pep Guardiola. Montella. We'll ignore that. And Dean Brill. Who's Dean Brill? He's a goalkeeper, I'm guessing. Where did he start in the game? Luton? Luton, yeah. I don't know why I went above it, but Luton. Not bad. Never really heard of him before, but not bad to be, third manager of the year in the Premier League. Player of the Month. Yeah, we already did that, didn't we? Of course we're not going to get that. Player of the Year went to Anthony Bruno, the Swiss right attacking mid. Absolutely beast of a player, mind-blowingly good stats. I love a player like that, but we physically couldn't afford it. Where's that wage bill? We'll have a look at that after anyway. Team of the Year. We'll look at this guy. So Joe's due at 135k a week, sorry. A year? Oh, a year. I mean a week. God damn it. A week, so, yeah, he's on that 135k a week. Our current allowance to wage bill is 639k a week. So if we go back to that Team of the Year, Team of the Year. What are you on? 28.5k a week, so we could probably afford him. 34k a week, maybe afford him. Nope. There's no point. Wow, 275k a week. Oh. Wow. An amazing player, absolutely deserves it. Look at that. Look at them average match ratings. What? Still, that's... Whoa. 275k a week. I'm gonna stop looking at that. It's kind of making me sad when you compare that wage bill to our wage bill. This is going to be it for now, guys. Until next time, till the start of the season. Have some transfers, a lot of preseason games as well. So, of course, this club is currently going for a change. We no longer want to be that bottom half Premier League team. We want to push up. Sorry about that. We want to push on and get Europe. So, until next time, guys. Peace out.